going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fit Lab 15, Tapping with Tristan. Before I go into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that bell so you get the notifications when we get some new great content. I'm looking forward to talking to this young gentleman right here, man. We got an upcoming star, Mr. Brenden Jordan. Talk to him, B.
Uh, my name is Brenden Jordan. I go to Mansfield High. I play football, basketball, run track, and
Everything else. we got a supreme athlete right here. So I have the luxury of developing a relationship with this gentleman for the past year or two, and phenomenal young man. Let's go back to the beginning, dude. What sports were we playing, man? And when did we even start playing sports?
I started playing soccer at 5. Played
Okay.
soccer. I just ran down the field, kicked the ball. Then started playing football, and that's when it really took off. Age of 5,
Age of 5, you was playing soccer and football.
sir.
Oh yeah, so they kind of fell in love with the football, just overall athleticism, huh?
Sir, with the field.
With the field.
Yeah,
So it was something that was kind of that felt real good from early age. You don't feel like your parents kind of forced you into it or nothing.
never forced. It was all just natural.
All is natural.
Yes, sir.
So when did you start like really starting to like football? Because you said soccer. You play pretty much all of them. So walk us through, man. What it looked like kind of growing up. Was you just playing whichever one was in season, and did
It
you
wasn't.
whatever one was in season, huh?
Yeah.
And which one did you feel like, you know what I mean, you gravitate more to, or is it all kind of equal opportunity at the moment?
At the time, it was it was definitely soccer because I don't know, I was just a dog at it, and yeah, felt good playing it. And football was more of a like I couldn't play football every day. Soccer I could play it. We played it every year round. So
Okay.
yeah, it was soccer.
It was soccer early.
Yeah.
So when you introduced yourself, you didn't mention soccer.
Nah,
Wh-
God,
When did that flip, dude? When did we stop playing soccer?
it was about around the age of like 10. That's when I stopped playing soccer. Focused on football and basketball, and I played a little baseball at 10.
What made that change come about?
Um, I just I stopped liking it. I mean, I was still okay at it, but it started getting to the time where you started playing select, and then I just really wasn't feeling it. So I stopped losing interest and played football. I started getting really good at football.
Okay. Now, as a young athlete, man, was it tough balancing school? Was you doing good in school, or
Uh,
how'd that go?
School it was pretty easy. I mean,
Okay.
just took care of my grades, got home, and got to play.
You got to play, so that was something that your parents stressed too, man. In order for you to play, make sure you take care of your grades.
Take care of my grades first.
That's first. Yeah, so those things are kind of hand in hand, and that's something that the young athletes need to know at an early age. So that's really cool that your parents kind of put that into it at an early age. So now you're in this great state of Texas. It's a hotbed for athletes. Um, Playing these different sports, was you always one of the better players, or was it something where it was like, man, I'm playing some really good players. I need to really get my skills up. Talk to us a little bit about that because everybody's story is different.
So I was just a natural athlete.
Okay.
So from the start, I played with the best, played football with the best. I played in the select leagues, not select, but the top leagues in DFW.
Okay.
Everything was pretty natural. And then around like 8th grade is when I realized I had to take to a next level, another level. And
What made you recognize that?
like it was, people started catching up with speed and strength. And it was like, well, I mean, it's time to go. It's game time. Now I'm about to go to high school.
Okay.
So yeah,
And what position? All right. So now we're you're smoking players out there. You're like, man, I'm one of those guys, and you're like, hold up, man, dudes are getting better now. Uh, Crossing over into the high school age, you know, what I'm saying now this is like the meat and potatoes of everything.
Hmm.
What position were you playing? You know, are we playing freshman? Are we playing JV? What were we doing?
All right, so I was playing running back and safety on freshman for the first 2 games. I played 1 game in JV, and then I moved straight to varsity after 3 games of JV and freshman, my freshman year. So I was on varsity for the rest of the remainder of the year, the season,
So you
freshman.
got called up. You got called up as a freshman in a 6A school in the state of Texas.
Yes, sir.
That's very rare for anybody that doesn't recognize. That's very rare. Did you recognize the magnitude of this and how did you and your family deal with this? This is a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. So first game, it was the biggest game of the year, the blackout game, Mansfield versus Summit, and all my family was there. It was a big game. We ended up losing, but it was my family. They took it. They was kind of scared at first. They didn't want me to get into it because they didn't think I was like built enough, and
They didn't think you was physically ready for this.
they didn't think I was ready for it. But I proved it over the first game, first 2 games.
Was you nervous going into this situation?
Yes, yes. That was probably the most nervous I've ever been. My first game, yeah, I was nervous.
I mean, understandably so, man. You're playing against guys that are going into college, you know what I'm saying, and big time colleges at that. And, you know, you're still trying to find your way through the hallway in high school.
You're right. Exactly.
So what did that do for you, man? What's that experience like? Because everybody can't talk that talk, you know what I mean, as far as playing freshman on varsity in big time moments, in big time games, 6A
Mhm.
football in the state of Texas.
It humbled me really.
Okay.
Like I was going into my freshman games in JV. I was the man. Like I was scoring touchdowns, getting hits. But that first game, everything slowed down. Well, not it sped up, and I had to slow down myself
Yeah.
to really grab it, like grab the game.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was tough sledding, but humbled me for sure.
So do you feel like that helps you, like even moving forward? Because you know, sometimes when it's going your way, we tend to either relax, so you know what I'm saying, or even take it for granted, and maybe just kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit. Do you feel like this kind of helped you to kind of realign yourself mentally?
Yeah, it did because it gave me. It gave me a more of a challenge. Like I want to say freshman year was easy, but it was it was more. I had to really get my head in the game, really focus at practice, focus in game, focus on my assignments, what I had to do, and I had watched film, and it gave me matured me.
That's a great word. That's a great word. Now, how'd your dad? Because I know that they're involved. How did they feel about you know kind of watching this maturation?
Uh, they was just one day at a time. You know, I, it was chilling. Like they just let me do what I had to do. They stayed on top of me, my grades, and they just made sure I was okay, like physically and mentally.
So
Stayed in my corner.
just kind of supporting you through the process. That's awesome. So you mentioned physically. So you know we have you know you got Fit Lab where you know you come in and got some workouts, got workout after school. How important is that for an athlete? Because you're not just doing football, but you're doing track. You're a speed guy too. Am I right? You're running the sprints, and you know you're playing basketball. How important is that for a young athlete?
Physicality is the name of the game. It was every day. You got to go in, run your fastest. You got to be able to move your fastest, and got to move things. So physicality, you got to be strong, got to be fast, explosive, and Fit Lab helps with that.
For sure. So now you're in your 10th grade year, man, and then we get this, you know what I'm saying, we're going into this pandemic.
Yeah.
How do you as a young athlete who's still trying to find his way, now you had some games under your belt going into football. now, so you got this pandemic and things have changed on you. How did you navigate through that as a young, promising athlete?
I just took every day by like took it one day at a time. Made sure I got up and did things I need to do. When it came to working out, I got a routine, and I just stayed on top of on top of everything I needed to do personally, and I stayed safe. I maintained a couple people that I could do it with,
You know,
and I just kept grinding. I didn't let it stop me.
that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about right now. I mean, it's still early on, but you have a couple of schools interested in you for the game of football. And you're playing what position? Tell us a little bit about your position and tell me some of the schools, man. We're going to highlight some of your accolades, man, and I think it's well deserved.
All right, so I'm a four-star safety, and I have interest from Arkansas, Mississippi State, Kansas, South California, and Illinois State.
Illinois
And
State. Yeah,
just
USC. Yeah, I mean, these are some heavy hitting schools, man, at a really early age, man. Is this blowing your mind, dude, or is this you trying to be cool with it because it's like this is what I really want to do? But do you see the magnitude of this? Talk to me.
yeah, well, I went into high school with a goal of getting these offers or getting this interest, and it's definitely like mind blowing. Like I'm actually the person to get it. Like I've been seeing people 5 stars, and I'm one of them being that or on the way to being that, and just gotta stay humble. That's
I
all it is.
I agree, man. And you've been doing a great job of that, man. You're somebody that comes in and your work ethic is phenomenal. You would not be able to tell that, what I'm saying, that you're well decorated and well sought after. So let's keep that same energy moving forward, man. So I'm really proud of you for that. What's the next step, man? What are we looking to do? What are we doing right now? Because it's a different season and and you play multiple sports. So what's going on with you right now?
Right now, uh, I'm still in track season. We're in postseason track. We're in the area round in track, and next week we start spring ball for football, and then next thing is the summer. And summer I'm gonna keep grinding, and that's it. I'm going to Fit Lab every 2 days a week. I need to start, but yeah.
So that's awesome, man. Now let me ask you, man. When you have to do all of these things, do you ever feel burnt out, man? Do you feel like, or have you seen any of your friends or teammates get burnt out over this, man?
Yeah, it's definitely tolling his body. You feel tired after each workout, but you just gotta take recovery, hydration, nutrition, sleep. It You gotta take that into account for sure.
Absolutely, man. So what would you say your ultimate goal is right now? You know what I mean? As a sophomore, what are we trying to do short term, long term?
Short term, I want to win. I want to go to the playoffs in football,
Okay.
but you haven't been since 2017. I'm trying to be the team that be the person and to take them to the playoffs.
Okay.
Long term, I just want to go D1. I just That's the
Yeah.
goal.
That's
Go
the
to NFL.
in the NFL. Absolutely, man. And you're definitely on track, man. Again, I'm very blessed to be a part of the journey and to witness it firsthand. It's really cool to see an athlete of your caliber with your personality, man. I think you do a great job of inviting others into it. You're very, very personable. You're taking care of your grades, man, and I really think that you're doing your parents proud. And I'm proud that you're a Fit Lab athlete. And I just want to celebrate you, boss, man. I want you to keep going, man, but enjoy the moments.
Thank
You're very welcome. Man. Leave the parents and leave some of these athletes with a little nugget, man. Leave them with something for them to go ahead and grab a hold of mentally.
you. I would say keep grinding every day because there's somebody miles away that's doing the same thing you're doing plus more. So you never know whenever your opportunity gonna come. Every day, take one day at a time and just keep chipping away.
Beautiful, boss man. Well, again, man, we love you here over at Fit Lab, man, and we're gonna be watching, boss man. So I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. Until next time, man, much love.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.